So thanks again. Really appreciate it. This is going to be a fun and an easy afternoon, guaranteed. The WAF 111, specifically, we're going to talk about our security product. Application Security Manager is the name. Apologize for the acronyms, but the feature is WAF, Web Application Firewall, and some really cool advanced WAF features and capabilities to just make your life a whole heck of a lot easier. You know, rather than having everybody introduce themselves, let me just kind of give you a quick rundown. We have Patrick Oswald. He's our senior field systems engineer. Been with F5 Networks, I think, 15 years. He's based in Seattle, Washington. Another very good friend of mine and coworker, Orlando Santiago, Security Channel SE based in Houston. He covers kind of the central portion of the United States where Patrick is Pacific Northwest, and he and I split Canada. And I'm Mickey Woods, Channel SE for F5. I cover the East Coast and, again, the eastern provinces of Canada. So we all have big patches and lots to do, but this is the fun part of the job. I also want to introduce Caitlin Barstad. She's one of our special guests. She's our partner account manager in the central part of the states. Let me pause here. Kat, do you want to say a couple of quick words?
Hey, Mickey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hi, welcome. I'm paired up with Patrick Oswald, so I'm surrounded by some really great, intelligent men. And I'm just here to listen and learn, because every time I sit in on one of these workshops, I always pick up one or two things. So I appreciate it. So I'm here to support you guys. If you have any additional questions or need any resources, feel free to reach out to any of us on the channel side. Thanks, Mickey.
Great, cool. Okay, so let's just kind of kick things off. Let me just kind of level set expectations, how the flow is going to go. I'm going to talk very briefly, more along the lines of our training environment. Now, I'll touch base high level on what a WAF does, and then I'm going to hand the baton to Patrick, and Patrick has a series of very, very informative slides that I think you're really going to enjoy, and he's really going to connect the dots for you. So I'll kind of pass the ball to Patrick here in a little bit. But let's just talk about what we're going to discuss today. So, you know, what's a WAF? What is a web application firewall? What does it do? Why do you need it? Why is it important for your end user customers? And we'll talk about that stuff and some of the different F5 solutions. Remember, F5 is so much more, friends, than just a load balancer. I know we've led the Gartner Magic Quadrant. I think it's 16 years in a row. In the application delivery space, but we are a total security company and software company, rapidly turning the ship. We still hope that you sell F5 big IP hardware, but you know, the world's changing, and those changes are with us as we speak. And so you definitely want to take F5 along with you, regardless of where those applications are sitting. We'll talk a little bit about that. You know, Patrick is going to get into some significant detail around our dashboard as part of the advanced WAF feature set, okay? Open Web Application Security Project, I'm sure you're familiar with that. And then let's make this interactive, okay? We're not gonna drone on with PowerPoint. I think we're gonna get to the labs fairly quickly, be around the bottom of the hour, okay? And that's where the fun begins. I've always found that you learn by doing, you know, by pushing the buttons and turning the knobs. And having you go through some fun exercises that should drive home all of these talking points that we're going over today, right? So the takeaway, we hope, is your general understanding of this particular product, and to make you more familiar with our tools, specifically configuration utility. So the configuration utility is an out-of-band management tool that helps administrators like all of you and some of those folks that work with customers to administer F5 Big IP. Again, whether it's a physical device or a virtual edition sitting in some public cloud, or maybe you've got a hypervisor platform in some co-location or some private cloud facility, it just works, okay? It's the easy button, right? I mean, there's lots of potentially, right? There's lots of complexity when you're creating a security policy to protect your public-facing websites, but we hope that this is going to show you an easier way to do that. And then, you know, nothing is static when it comes to security, right? Think about security And the right mindset is you have to have a continuous improvement philosophy, okay, when it comes to security. You can't just set it and forget it. And then the F5 tool set's going to show you how easy it is to kind of keep up with that, right? And then, you're going to want to learn things, okay? F5 Web Application Firewall with advanced feature sets it's a learning platform. And that's a good thing because applications are dynamic and the conditions with which clients are accessing those applications are extremely diverse. Okay, so that's my pitch at a very, very high level. I found this technique, Orlando and I have delivered lots of workshops, and we found that it's easier to just talk about the training environment up front before we get into content. This way you're not scrambling after we're done talking and trying to log in and navigating potential issues. I guess will serve us very well. So you should have received an email from F5, no reply at registration.udf.f5.com. If you have not received that email, would you please check your spam and or junk folder? Okay, it's a great system, and sometimes it doesn't really hit your inbox, and that may be okay. Whatever security posturing you have on your inbound mail server, that's cool. Just check for that there if you don't have it. All right, and there's some cool hyperlinks too in there in case you have some issues. Maybe you have to reset a password for UDF. Okay, pause here a second. And then, so this is the landing page. I'll just use my mouse cursor. So there's a documentation tab, and then there's a deployment tab, right? And so your deployment, it's not going to be this complex. I wanted to get a different screenshot for today. I didn't quite make it. We've only got, I think, just a couple of virtual machines today. So don't panic. You're not going to have to access all of these different VMs. But it is fairly simple to follow the instructions and to make sure that you have the appropriate access. Now, I do apologize that the orientation is a little off. So if I wanted to, and we're not going to use a Windows or Linux type jump host for this particular lab, pretty sure we don't. But if you wanted to access this jump host, the access links are actually aligned below the VM. I just kind of let you know about that. And then me and the other co-hosts have the ability to actually log into your environment or see your environment and see what's going on. So it's a really good tool. UDF stands for Unified Demo Framework. For many, many years, it was a F5 internal tool only. And there was quite an extended F5 team that made this available to folks outside of F5, which is awesome. And the amount of work that went into it is just incredible. Okay. So now we have the ability to bring these types of workshops that you may have only gotten at our agility in-person conferences. Now we can bring these cool trainings to you. So just kudos to my teammates there. Whether you're running Windows or Mac, no problem. Google Chrome seems to work the best. If you want to use Firefox or Edge or something else, that's fine. But Chrome should be friendly. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so what's a web application firewall? All right, it's a security product to protect your public-facing websites. Okay, it is quite different from the network edge security point products that you're all very familiar with, those stateful firewalls, right? Fortinet, Checkpoint, Juniper, Cisco, Palo Alto, okay? A web application firewall defends against application layer, the OSI model layer 7 stuff by presenting or at least putting a security policy in place to defend against web-based attacks, specifically OWASP top 10. Now, a next-gen firewall, it does not give you the type of inbound security protection that our WAF does, and has some kind of outbound URL filtering capabilities. But the traditional stateful firewalls and your next-generation firewalls are not enough, folks, I promise you. You definitely have to have these web application level firewalls in place to defend against those web attacks. It's very, very important, okay? And so the good news is that F5 has a solution. I talked about it before, okay? Again, I apologize if it's a little convoluted. The product is Application Security Manager. Now you can use that as a standalone solution. You can also buy a best licensing bundle, which includes that, and it has our really cool WAF technology feature sets. And again, Patrick will talk about the advantages of adding another light item called Advanced WAF. There's a SKU, and then there's some great news coming very soon. I don't know if Patrick wants to talk about it, but we're blending a lot of our solutions together to make it easier for your folks and your customers. So stay tuned for those announcements. You're going to be very happy about it. But the takeaway is that you don't have to become a layer 7 application firewall expert to deliver this type of solution, right? You don't have to code anything, and you don't have to go through the promote to production methodology to create some kind of solution. Again, think of F5 as the easy button. It's going to protect you against OWASP top 10. It's going to give you the ability fairly quickly to fix issues without necessarily service windows. Now, you have to use best practices as an administrator. If you have a production server, you certainly want to use your company's preferred change management process before you make any changes. But this product absolutely does give the ability to make some changes quickly, which saves you a lot of work cycles, which makes all of our engineering friends extremely happy. And so I think that's really all I have. I was going to pass this over to Patrick, and it's great. Patrick just had shared some of these slides with me the other day, and of course I've heard Patrick speak in the past with OWASP and advanced WAF feature sets, but I really like these slides, and it's going to kind of connect the dots for all of us. And certainly when we go through our lab exercises, I really hope, me and the team hope that the light bulb is going to go off in your head. Okay, so let me just kind of stop share, and let's see. Okay, let me stop that, and then Patrick, I'm going to pass the ball to you.
All right. So
While Patrick is doing that, folks, any questions? Anybody want to chime in? What's your familiarity with a WAF? Are you currently using it? Did you know that F5 has all these cool security products? Okay.
So first off, can everyone see the screen properly?
Yeah, looks good.
Fantastic. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the OWASP, this is basically the Open Web Application Security Project. This was founded in 2001, and it's freely open for both private and public use. It's a fantastic organization. It started for web applications, and then what you'll see is it's actually morphed. There's quite a few different categories now that focus on things like mobile and automated attacks, etc. So we'll cover a little bit of that in the appendix slides. Realize that there are 17 slides at the very bottom of this presentation that you'll get a copy of that focus on some of the elements outside of specifically application focus. So today, the focal point of our lab will be protecting against the OWASP top 10. So these are the most common layer 7 vulnerabilities. And what you'll find is this is the 2007 version of it. It's not updated every year. Oftentimes the same attacks are still relevant today. So every, I would say, 4-ish years, you'll see from a historical perspective updates to this list. The current list of OWASP top 10 attacks are as follows. So I don't expect you to read these. They're actually quite small, so we'll just go into them individually. And then next, during today's lab, you're going to go through what we call the OWASP top 10 compliance dashboard. And this is what we call a guided configuration to help simplify the deployment of web application security in alignment with the OWASP top 10 attacks. And what you'll see is just a high-level overview of each one of these categories. You can zoom into it in great detail, and then you can look on the far right-hand side of the wizard, to see what percentage of security you're gaining by going through this guided configuration. I find it to be very powerful, and quite frankly, it's a lot of security with very little effort. And in my mind, web application firewalls can become very complex. So I always like to say the best web application firewall is one that you can manage. I like to start off and walk before I run with a layered security policy. One of the most common questions that we get is, how does the OWASP top 10 align with the F5 feature sets in our WAF portfolio? So what I've done here is on the left-hand side, you will see the OWASP top 10 categories, the OWASP top 10 branding, and then, excuse me, more importantly, on the right-hand side, the F5 feature sets that correspond with each one of these categories from OWASP. So this is the OWASP naming, and this is the F5 feature sets that correspond with each one of these attacks. And here are the last 5. So just realize when you see some of our features, this is kind of the translation slide as to what corresponds with each type of attack. So for the next 20 slides, what you'll see is there will be a high-level overview slide of what the attack vector is, the risk, and typically a diagram or description of an attack vector on the right-hand side. And then what you'll find is on the subsequent slide, we will talk about the F5 steps that can be put in place to mitigate that type of attack. So first off, A1, this is an injection style attack. What you'll find is attackers have the ability to basically send unescaped input data to gain access to something. This could be an example of injecting a username and password. This could be injecting a $0 value into a SQL database to get free content, etc. So these are absolutely detrimental to businesses. And some of the things that F5 can do to help benefit customers are basically acting as a true full proxy, decrypting all of the SSL traffic. Obviously, you can't put any security measures in place at layer 7 unless you can see into the payload. So SSL offload is absolutely critical. And interesting. There's about 3 more elements that will be in the PowerPoint, but my actions for some reason did not. There we go. Make it on the first attempt. So first off, we basically enforce a lot of the allowed parameter values. And one of the things I like about web application firewalls is oftentimes they can work in a default deny scenario. So when you build your policies and you lock down your parameters, etc., you have the ability for anything outside of that scope to be default deny. Next, what you'll find is in the bottom right or left-hand corner, depending on how much content was on the slide, I wanted to provide you with a secondary level of information. So what you'll find is an F5 article that goes into great depth on each attack vector, and then also usually around a 5 to 12-minute video or whiteboard session that's fantastic. So I'll just show you a brief example of these. The intent today is just to make you aware of the available options, and you can obviously go through these at your own pace. So can everyone see my browser?
Yeah, I can see it fine.
Perfect. So this is an example of the first solution. So this is talking about the injection attacks in great detail. What you'll see is a much more in-depth overview. We'll talk specifically about the F5 feature sets that correspond with this attack vector. And then just recently, they have included the whiteboard videos that are also linked to this as an option. So here's an example of an 8-minute whiteboard video that goes into great detail on this type of attack vector. Okay, so that's injection attacks. The next one is going to be broken authentication. So broken authentication is a huge problem. This is a problem not only for our WAF customers, but F5 made our most recent acquisition of a company called Shape Security to also focus on this problem. So the number one reason that shape security exists was really started from a credential stuffing perspective. Compromised credentials is an absolute problem for large organizations, as is, compromised session tokens, keys, etc. So some of the mitigation steps that our WAF portfolio can focus on are things like, risk-based flows. We have the ability to use all sorts of enforcement techniques for dynamic parameters. We have a wide variety of credential stuffing options, and we also can look for a wide variety of attack patterns. So the next one is going to be sensitive data exposure. In my mind, this is providing a digital footprint to an attacker. There's absolutely no reason to do so. There are way too many apps out there that allow us to kind of profile the web application and determine, what type of OS is supporting it, what type of middleware, what type of parameters are being leveraged, what type of cookies are out there. And the more information that you can sanitize and remove or even replace irrelevant data, the less of a digital footprint you're going to provide to that attacker. So acting as a full proxy in an SSL inspection engine allows us to really dive into the payloads, and we have the ability to sanitize a lot of the content so that the end user doesn't, the malicious attacker does not get the digital footprint of what's supporting it. In addition to that, we have features that allow us to sanitize known patterns like credit cards, social security numbers, etc. And we can also work with custom patterns as well. So it's a very powerful way to obfuscate your backend software stacks and versions. Okay, so external entities or XXE attacks. The more and more organizations try to automate and use templates, the more we see things like SOAP and XML-based templates and configurations. So with that said, XXE attacks basically allow us to protect against anything that's parsing like XML input as an example. So our mitigation steps, we do all sorts of protocol enforcement for the HTTP protocol, the message sizes. We do all sorts of validation for things like JSON, XML, SOAP requests, etc. And we also make it so that we can allow you as the policy owner to choose which APIs are exposed. And there's a wide variety of attack signatures that allow us to block malicious content as well. When we look at broken access control, this is, a way that people refer to, flaws in the web applications themselves. This is an absolute nightmare, and some of the different mitigation techniques that we use. So we make sure that, the web applications are only accessed by the users that are legitimate users, etc. Okay, security misconfigurations. This is, unfortunately extremely common. Everyone has human error involved, all sorts of documentation errors, lack of oversight, etc. So, we basically complement a lot of the, security measures that are out there. F5 traffic management products in general act as a central point of control. Once again, coming back to that full proxy, full SSL inspection engine, both bidirectionally, allow us to really act as a trusted point in your network. All sorts of RFC enforcement. I can't tell you how many times I see off-the-shelf web applications that are not RFC compliant. This is absolutely a challenge, even for some of the largest software manufacturers in the world, and a wide variety of protocol filtering. When you build a policy in ASM, there's a wide variety of whitelisting that you can do on a URL, parameter names, values, etc. So once again, going back to that default deny-based architecture of a WAF, by whitelisting or allowing certain things, then we have the ability to default deny anything outside of that scope, which is unbelievably powerful, especially for like zero-day based attacks. And then enforcing a wide variety of authentication techniques. So cross-site scripting, this is a, unfortunately, extremely common attack where you can basically reflect malicious code back to a victim. An example of this that I've seen time and time again with some of the e-commerce customers that I've had is where somebody takes adult content and injects it into the front door of a website, or they just basically poison the website with a script that is showing content that is absolutely irrelevant to the scenario. This is unfortunately way too common. I've seen script kiddies go in and inject content on the front door of like an educational college, and it's quite embarrassing. Oftentimes it's defacing brand, not necessarily a ton of lost revenue per se, but it's unbelievably common. So there's a wide variety of XSS or cross-site scripting attack patterns that we can enforce. There's a wide variety of enforcement options for meta characters and URIs, parameters, etc. And then we can also look at the defined lengths of parameters and values and things of that nature, and only allow what the application was designed for, and then we can basically prohibit anything thereafter. So these features are very valuable, but they're also a little bit more complex to manage in that development life cycle of an app, especially as people shift, or I should say application developers shift from more of a waterfall or more of the annual type of software releases or biannual to some of these agile methodologies where they're updating code on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. This is where you really need to kind of ebb and flow with the application developer themselves. Next one is Insecure Deserialization. One of the most common concerns that occurred in the last couple of years was the Apache struts vulnerability. So this is insufficient parsing of serialized data. This is an absolute nightmare. When the Apache struts vulnerability came out, it was like an all hands on deck to make sure that everyone went out and patched that vulnerability. So once again, we're just enforcing the protocol, the message sizes, versions, etc., and then validating the JSON XML SOAP requests. And then there's also a wide variety of attack signatures specifically for this type of attack. When we talk about attack signatures, let me define that. A lot of companies have branding for regular expression pattern matching. Regular expression pattern matching is the most common way of looking for a pattern. F5 calls our signatures attack signatures, and they're managed through our WAF. You can manually download these, or you can go through an automated mechanism to download these attack signatures. But think of these as being similar to like DAT files for antivirus. These are just known attack vectors that are managed. It's an easy way to add a lot of security for known vulnerabilities with very little effort. And then year-over-year increases. This is an older slide, but I would like to just show you what the NIST database is showing as of right now. So in the last couple of years, you're seeing an average, let's just say, of 16,000 vulnerabilities per year. This is an absolute nightmare for people to manage. And what I'll add is, there are a tremendous amount of applications out there these days, and staying up to date on all the known vulnerabilities is a challenge. And it's growing at such a rapid rate that it's very difficult to keep up with. So when you build a web application security policy on one of our WAF products, we can actually go through and detect the software stack. We have the ability to apply a wide variety of attack signatures that are specific to, let's say, the Linux operating system, and then PHP, and then let's just say your MySQL stack. Anytime you basically check one of those checkboxes, then it's going to apply the attack signatures so that you don't have to be the expert for every single one of these attack vectors. So it's an easy way for us to build buckets of attack signatures based upon the stack that you're using. When you look at zero-day attacks really oftentimes will get blocked by a good WAF policy because we're tightening down the elements based upon what's allowed and what's not. So this is a very, very powerful way for us to stand up against some of these 0 days without even using things like attack signatures if you've tightened your policy. Now, the more you tighten a policy, the more complex it is to manage, so it's absolutely a balancing act. And then insufficient logging and monitoring. So the first thing I'll say is a traditional load balancer is just going to pass packets through the device. All of our load balancers are full ICSA certified firewalls. And with that said, our WAF and our load balancer have the ability to offer a tremendous amount of logging that gets output to like varlog or output to a syslog environment. But the big difference between a traditional load balancer and a WAF is a WAF is going to give you logs on almost every single object going through if you choose to enable that level of logging. It's unbelievably robust and it provides you with a tremendous amount of data. It can be overwhelming to manage initially when you see the difference of the quantity of log files from a load balancer to a WAF is almost exponential. But at the end of the day, it's providing with that much more data so that you can intelligently look to see what's going on, and it really helps you remove those blind spots in your applications. Keep in mind, we work with a wide variety of the logging vendors out there, and we build a lot of templates and profiles that are specific to some of the most common logging applications out there. So native integration into a wide variety of third-party SIEMs, and also DAST security scanners for that matter. So in just a couple minutes, we went through the OWASP top 10 at a very high level, and you'll have the ability to go back and review any one of those light boards, oftentimes 8 to 10 minutes per light board, a fairly robust solution. One thing I wanted to highlight really quickly is one of my favorite solutions, and this solution right here, and I won't go through it in great detail today, but this is an easy way for you to see how to get a lot of security with very little effort. So this image is one that I like to focus on. When you build a WAF policy, oftentimes you can get a lot of security by applying things like the OWASP top 10, guided configuration, and a lot of the attack signatures. In my mind, that gives you oftentimes the 70, 80% range of security. And then due to the nature of WAFs being fairly complex and robust in their feature set, getting that last 10 to 20% of a policy is much more complex. So the thing I like about this solution is it actually breaks out good protection, elevated protection, and high protection, and then more importantly, the feature sets that go along with them. So this is where you can get about 70% of your security, and then it gets much more elevated when you go through some of our more advanced functionality. So once again, walk before you run, and we always treat web application security policies as kind of an evolution. And they're not set and forget. They absolutely need to ebb and flow with the business. Last, I'm not going to go through all these slides, but I want to point out at the end of your lab, you'll receive a copy of a wide variety of these slides that really focus on a bunch of the other things that OWASP offers. So they offer, in today's lab, we'll go through the Juice Shop. WebGoat's another very popular kind of hack me style application that exposes a lot of vulnerabilities. You'll see a wide variety of OWASP testing guides. You'll see the OWASP top 10 for mobile environments. You'll see the automated threats. So this is a very up and coming area of attack vectors. And quite frankly, F5's most recent Shape acquisition is absolutely geared for this specific environment. And then you'll see all the light boards in one location, all the F5 solutions in one location. Last, a couple of the WAF specific resources that I recommend, including a free training course and then a 4-day instructor-led training course. And then one of my favorites is a demo series of videos on each individual feature of the WAF. So any questions on the OWASP top 10 at a high level before we go back to Mickey and the lab environment?
Yeah, hi, this is Mohammed. So you went through the protections that F5 provides. So you guys have three kind of flavors of web application. One is, of course, the big IP and the NGINX and the shape security. Those protections, are they within big IP or are they spread between the different products you guys have?
You know, that's a really good question. Let me share my screen again here real quick, and I'll go through that. So, you know, F5 is making an attempt to really meet our customers where they're at. And with that said, that really makes for a wide portfolio of WAF-related features. Now, on the far left-hand side, you will see F5's WAF. We have a couple different names for this product. You'll see Advanced WAF, and you will also see ASM. So in 2004, we acquired a company called Magnifier, and that was basically a traffic shield product that became ASM. That product has been developed for a very long period of time. It's extremely feature-rich, but you're seeing this slow transition into Advanced WAF, where we've taken a lot of more advanced functionality and bolted it into our existing WAF. And spring of next year, you're going to see us consolidate down to one brand, AWAF. So that's ASM was end of sale as of October, and you will see a slow transition going towards AWAF moving forward. So advanced WAF in general is really focused on hardware and virtual offerings that you manage on-prem or in the cloud. The next offering is what we call Silverline. Initially, this was an acquisition of a company called Defense.net, and Defense.net was focused on layer 2 through 4 DDoS mitigation. We had a tremendous amount of customers that wanted us to take our traditional WAF offering and include it in Silverline to be a managed WAF. Unlike a lot of the competitors in this space that use lighter weight offerings in the cloud, F5 uses our full advanced WAF product in the cloud to support our layer 7 Silverline managed offering. Silverline for me is a really good fit for customers that don't want to manage a WAF, but they want the same look and feel of ASM or AWAF related security. And it's an OpEx model versus a CapEx model. So, you know, a lot of startups also like, the OpEx aspect of things. Then we have Essential App Protect, which is a software as a service based WAF offering, a little bit lighter weight and really geared towards more of that kind of agile cloud first customer. Then we have NGINX App Protect, where we've taken a lot of the WAF related features and made them available for our NGINX customer base. And then we have a wide variety of rules that are available for our AWS WAF offering. So as you can see, the WAF portfolio is getting quite wide. And today's lab environment will be strictly focused on the OWASP top 10 portion of F5's advanced WAF product. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks.
My pleasure. So back to you, Mickey.
Okay, great. Thank you, Patrick. That was awesome. All right, let me share my screen again. And get rid of that. And let me bring this over here. So this is our training platform. And it looks like we've just got a few folks in the labs, myself and Orlando. Does anyone on the call wish to participate in the lab exercises. Again, I highly encourage it. They're lots of fun. Thank you, Randy. It looks like Randy just signed in. If you have some issues, we'll walk you through it. But the lab guide is in the documentation, but to make it easy, I put the lab guide link in the chat. So let me just bring over the lab guide, and I'm trying to fit this on my screen. And this is the lab guide. Again, this is gonna take you through all the different steps. And for today, we're going to be looking at this big IP, right? We're going to, here's the interface. Just kind of click around a little bit and give you a trip around the block, right? We made the login very simple for those of you that have used our training portal or have played around with big IP. It's admin. It's going to yell at me for having such a simple password. Okay, I gotcha, right? And then we're also going to be launching the Juice Shop. Yep. There we go. And so this is the website that we're going to defend with OWASP top 10 protection from F5. So again, it's pretty cool. I think the instructions read very well. It would take probably, if you've never done this before, maybe that's most of you or all of you, take you a couple hours to kind of go through. Again, everything works. I just went through this yesterday, as a matter of fact. I know Orlando's been through it, but there's a cool embedded video in one of the sections. I don't know. I get a kick out of that stuff. When engineers make training fun, I just think that's great. Instead of just doing steps 1 through 5 and seeing an expected output, I think the documentation and certainly Patrick's conversation is going to tie all of these key discussion points together, and hopefully it gets you more comfortable on the tool and why you need to bring this to the attention of your customers. Absolutely. Okay. Some more good news. These labs are going to be running for another 8 hours, okay, until this evening Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I think it's 7. What is it going to be running till? Let's find out. It's going to run a while. Another 7 hours, okay. So you know, if you've got to step away to answer some emails or take an important phone call, that's no problem. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to go through the exercise. All this is being recorded. I'll kind of go through it in case you want to look up and see what I'm doing. That's fine. If you've got some issues, getting stuff to work within the lab environment, just kind of shoot us a chat and saying, hey, I need some help, or unmute yourself, and either Orlando or I. And for as long as Patrick is going to be around, I know Patrick's, I think he's double booked, which is not uncommon for him. So if he has to step away to go do something, then it'd be Orlando and I rendering assistance. But with just several people, I think we'll be in good shape. Okay. All right. Let me stop there. Any questions from the team?
I would just mention if you have used any of our labs before on UDF, you probably want to go into the site and use the same username, the email address you use for your job. And if you have to reset your password, you can do that. If you're not receiving the emails, let us know, because sometimes they go to spam. Sometimes with partners, we even had to add in their personal emails. So if you can't get into the site, let us know. We'll double check on our end.
Yep. Again, this is what we've got so far. I'll just show you the environment. That's good. Frank's joined, Randy, Mike. Beautiful. Okay. That's great.
Sorry, and Mickey, you said, how do we get a copy of the slides?
So following the presentation, and I think, Patrick could share them, but I think maybe what's easier is if we'll save the deck. I'll save the deck in a .pdf format and just shoot it out to everybody through email. If you really want the deck, we can make that happen too. But that
no, it's PDF is fine. Yeah,
okay,
it's
cool.
fine.
Yep. All right, great. And the recording link too. Once this compiles after I end the meeting, we'll get you access to that recording link as well. Okay. Any other questions? You know, the really cool thing about F5, I'll just mention this too, is, you know, you may have customers that are benefiting from our local traffic manager. And the thing about F5 is we don't make you do any rip and replace. Sometimes you want to upgrade. I know that's possible if you're using an older F5 platform. But where I'm going with this is that if you have an F5 big IP that's capable of handling some extra bells and whistles, all you have to do is go to your resource provisioning page, right? And you can see what's licensed, right? System, resource provisioning, and you can see exactly what's licensed currently. Here it's Application Security Manager. Looks like AFM was also activated for this particular training environment. So if it's licensed, you have the ability to turn it on. So if you want to introduce some of these security products from F5, you know, go get an upgraded license, and then you can just turn those features and functions on. Just obvious word of caution, you know, as you're increasing traffic flow through big IP, just make sure that you're giving your end user clients a good experience. And just because you can turn something on doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work expediently. So again, this is just showing you how easy it is to turn stuff on after you license it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me. I'm gonna stop talking there, and I'm gonna start shrinking these screens, and I'm gonna kind of go through this exercise as best I can. Reading the directions. Let's put this. Hopefully, you folks have 2 screens to work with, because that makes life a whole lot easier. Okay.
Yeah. Just a quick question in the chat.
Sure.
Alpha has a question on just the ASM end of life placement AWAF. Yeah, we're gonna maybe Kat, you have some information you want to add to that too. But as far as I know, next April, if you have customers that have existing ASM, they're gonna have a free upgrade to AWAF. And then end of life support, I can find that out because I know the end of sale is happening in, I believe it's January, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mickey?
I know April.
And then on requirements for the license, yes, you might have to definitely on the customer, they're gonna have to like reactivate their license to get that license key.
And they will also need to be on 14.1 code or greater.
Yes.
Yep. And then to just add that we just got a note from the product manager that initially we thought support for this combined AWAF feature set would increase, and it looks like it's not.
Oh, that's good.
That just came out not too long ago.
Keep in mind, people that have purchased the best bundle will also have those same rights.
Mm-hmm.
So any customer running 14.1 on a best bundle as of April 1st of next year will be grandfathered into the advanced WAF, which has significantly more functionality at 0 cost. So it helps us reduce our WAF offering footprint, and it's going to simplify things in the long term, which I think is all welcome.
Cool. All right, let me see if I can get this into a good spot here. Okay, cool. Yep, just put your. Okay, thank you. We did that. We got the chat. Okay, Orlando's riding shotgun in the chat. That's great, buddy. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, good. Frank's in there too.
Yep.
Good.
This lab was voted one of the most popular Agility 2020 labs this past year. So a few friends of mine were responsible for bringing all this together, and I just thought they did a great job.
I have a quick question about the advanced WAF availability at no cost. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Yeah,
go ahead. Yep.
Okay. Essentially, my question is for current customer that's currently have ASM and it's currently configured, and following April the 2nd, it's do you know if the customer just needs to renew his license as we do an upgrade and just reapply the license to get access to the advanced WAF?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's just reactivation, like you said. Yeah.
Okay, but we don't need the new license, the new software release. Just needs to renew the license with the current release.
Yeah. Well, you have to be at least 14.1.
Yeah, 14.1. This is the minimum. Okay.
The
Okay.
minimum, yeah.
And after April 1st.
Okay.
After-
Just renew license or the license itself. Just reapply and bingo.
Yep.
Oh, it's
One
great.
thing do, back up your configs, do it on the standby one first, reboot it, then spill over and do it on the primary. So
I'm certainly hopeful that the F5 team is going to come out with another communication at some
Yeah.
point prior to April 1st and, make it easy for you folks to understand your path forward. So that's a great question, and I'm sure we'll have some more correspondence coming soon.
Yeah, we've just been notifying partners right now, but yeah, it's going to go out officially. So it hasn't. So yeah.
So in the October newsletter to partners, they had a whole section on this, and they talked about ASM end of life as of October 1st, or end of sale as of October 1st. And we haven't seen a lot of publicly facing information on the topic that we just mentioned with regards to customers requiring 14.1x code as of April 1st will get access to AWAF. So that should be formally communicated between now and the end of the calendar year, but it is not publicly out there today.
And you can see this is just, getting you familiar with the juice shop and how you navigate within this particular website that you might do with other websites, right? Should be pretty familiar to you, but again, you shouldn't get hung up too much in some of these early steps for sure. Okay. And so that's lab one, is just kind of a quick trip around the block. And then I'll start going through the second lab here in just a few moments.
And while you're going through that, Mickey, I just wanted to update everyone that I just kind of summarized my statement just a moment ago in the chat. So if
cool.
anyone has any questions, please ping me directly.
You don't have to do any of the things that I'm just poking around. I just thought it would be interesting to show you where our configuration objects are. Again, for those of you used to F5 Big IP, that this is old news to you, but for those of you that are new, it's just a great platform, and our configuration utility is really slick. I mean, I think it's very easy to navigate around, right? We'll do a lot of work in this security section specifically, right? We don't have a security policy created just yet, but we will. And this is where we'll be doing a lot of our work. Okay. All right. Remember, clicking on the red F5 button gets you back to the welcome screen. Okay, just click on that. There you go. Okay. All right, let me get started with lab 2. Again, this is not a race. You've got several more hours to go through the exercise, and the Zoom meeting will be ending at I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern. Let me get my calendar up in front of me, folks. Hang on a second. Okay.
It's 2 p.m. Eastern here.
Hang on. Let's see. Okay, so I currently have the calendar appointment from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. However, for any of you that have to drop, please feel free to do so. I'm gonna be here going through the labs in case some of you have questions. But again, to say it one more time, these are running for several hours. We've already delivered the presentation content. Orlando and I are here to assist with some of the exercises. But if you feel you have to drop off the Zoom meeting, that's cool. No worries. And if you have questions after you get done kicking the tires, so to speak, you can always shoot myself, Patrick, or Orlando an email.
Thank you. I'm going to drop off and come back in 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, Neil, thank you. Kat, thank you. Right, Neil, appreciate it. Okay, and Tamur, forgive me if I'm hacking your name up. Can you just unmute? Do you have? Let me see if I can't find you here. Give me 1 second. Let me go here and manage external users. Okay. So I'm going to reinitiate. So it's TAIMUR.Farouk at
That's correct,
CDW. Yep. Let me just hit the refresh button. If you would please, if it's not in your inbox, check your junk or spam folder. Okay.
Oh, yep, I got this right now here.
I'm sorry. Do you see it or no?
Yeah, I received it now.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Got it. All right. We'll get back out of here. Ray Cerrone. Okay. Good. Okay, cool. All right, there's the juice shop, and here's our big IP. All right. And let's go back to where are my instructions at? Hang on. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, Mickey,
Yes.
is there a way to fix permanently the issue that's that prevent to upgrade the attack signatures? It's instead of doing it manually, like with a script, and because there's an issue that is a major issue that's it's when trying to just upgrading the with the life update availables. Okay, it's failed, and there's a workaround, but it's take like it's take a while to do it. We need to grab the value of the request and do some manipulation, string manipulation, and it's possible to do it, but it's take a while to like half an hours and hours to achieve it.
I know there's a way to. I know some of our other labs actually demonstrate how to do an API type call and update a signature or an updated signature on a repository. If you could, if I'm understanding your question correctly, yeah.
This is what I'm doing right now, but we need to do some string manipulation to achieve it. But
okay. And so your live updates. Like there's a Patrick. Are you aware of an issue with live updates? Patrick may have jumped. Okay, Patrick may have had to jump off on another call. Could you? I'm going to put my email address in the chat. To everyone in the meeting. So I don't know if I've seen that issue, but I certainly take your word for it that if this, because this is another one of those easy buttons, right? You're saying this live update is not available, is not working. If that's the case, then absolutely. If you have a workaround, that's cool, but I want to make sure I'm answering your question. So I'm going to put my email address in the chat. And
yes, I will share the bug ID and
okay.
Also I give you the the article that's this is the workaround, but okay. At some point the customers still pay me to do it, and I don't think it's the right way to go.
No, that's the kind of feedback, a real life scenario that F5 needs. So I appreciate that. Let me, because what is your, let me just put this in, I'm going to just send myself a quick note. Just bear with me a second here. This is the type of, conversation that we need to have. Let me just do that real quick. Let's see here. Would you, what the end user customer, would you like to share that?
If the end user customer wants to share that, yes.
No. I mean, can you share your end user customer name with me? If you don't want to, you can send me a private note. Oh
yeah, it's just a second. It's because I always use the acronym. It's FMWS. It's a Canadian customer. Just a second. I will just do a search. It's I need to get an English browsers. Otherwise, it will be in French.
Are you in Montreal or
It's a customer located in Ottawa, and yeah, I'm located in Montreal. Okay, look. It's Canadian Force Morals and Welfare Services.
Canadian.
Canadian Forces.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, I will put in the chat. It's a long name. That's why I always use the acronym.
Oh yeah.
I worked with them since 2015. In my case, like 5 years. It's a good customer, but I'm just I'm complaining for them. In fact, it's
good. What? Who? Is there a local F5 team you're working with?
In Ottawa, it's Eric Béliveau, and I don't. I think yeah, I know the organization changed in the F5, but also we worked with Daniel Caillé.
I know Pierre Luc recently.
Pierre Luc is in Montreal. Was in Quebec, okay,
Yeah.
but he left F5 Networks.
Yeah, he went to HashiCorp, I think.
Yeah, but it was not possible to reach him to discuss anything related to a customer located outside of Quebec.
No, but what I'm going to do is map you, make sure I'm going to take this feedback and make sure I direct this very important feedback with your local F5 field team, because they should be actively involved with you.
Okay, I think I will put this name, Daniel Caillé.
Okay.
He's very nice guys, very good guys if you don't know him.
No, I don't know Daniel.
Yeah, it's
And you're based in Montreal?
yes, but I delivered services across Canada.
Yep. So I was in Ottawa. I was in Ottawa earlier this calendar year before the pandemic shut everything down, and Ottawa's a very pretty city.
Yeah.
With the river there splitting, I think it's Ontario and Quebec. So
yeah, it's terrible. In Quebec, it's the worst place, I believe. But it's hard to say it's the worst. But in terms of death, yes.
Oh.
But in terms of stat, I don't know if people are aware about that. But when you look at the statistics, each province has their own ways to count. There's not victims, but the people that have the COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in Quebec, they decided to if you're 4 in a family, they will count 4 even though there's only 1 person.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And then in I think other places in Canada, it's like one on one, but it's what we know overall. It's each provinces, each countries have their own ways to do the count.
Yeah.
It's that's why I think the right thing that we need to look at it is the number of hospitalization and also death, and yeah. We need to look at the healthcare to have a better ideas.
Yeah. Well, no, Mark. I hope you and your family remain healthy, and that goes for everyone on the call. Staying safe is important, and F5 talks about being human first, aside from our technology focus and business focus. So I thought that's really cool. But certainly, everyone on the call, I hope you're managing okay, and we put the year 2020 behind us as quickly as possible.
So. Yeah, for many things. Not only for the COVID-19. It's
holy yes, yikes.
Yeah, including the American election.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's just been.
I think we have a good ideas right now.
Yeah. I mean, they just we all voted, and let's just move on to the to the next thing instead of
Exactly.
Hey.
And I don't know why this issue occurs on some of the F5 appliances, because I have other customer with the same release, no issue. If I get back to the bugs that I reported, but I don't know if we do an upgrade, but for sure I want to do an upgrade to 15.1. It's as per my colleague, there's a lot of bugs. There's not it's not safe to jump to 15.1.
Do you have access? Like, is there a way? Like, if you needed a trial license to
Yes, strong bugs. Yes.
because okay, I mean, if you need a trial license, I can generate a 45-day key for you if you need that. But
Now I can generate myself. It's
okay,
thank you
that's
very
not
much.
box? Okay, all right, cool. I know testing is important.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's but probably if I built a new instance, okay, I won't get it. This
Okay.
is my thought. It's because of other customers. It's like with 4,000s, and in this
Okay.
case, is a 50-50, and we got the issue with the 50-50. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
that's why I think it's same release, not necessarily get the issue.
Hmm.
And but the workaround works, but it's take a while.
It's lengthy, right?
Yeah.
Painful. That's why you're interested in getting it fixed, for sure. Okay.
Yes. On I don't know. This could be just an engineering fix. That's it.
Yeah. Engineering hotfix.
It would be great, but I didn't. I can before going forward with engineering hotfix, I can ask the customer if it will be is something that is would agree to install. It's a government agency. That's why it's and to do an upgrade, it's last time it was not easy to do this an upgrade on that on one of the appliances. This is one the other thing funny. It's one appliances works very well, and the other one we spent. I opened I called 3 times 5 support, and three person assist us. And usually I don't call F5 to do an upgrade. And at the end of the day, I said to the guys, "Oh, could you try that? I think it will work." And that was a good mindset. It was working well after that, but it took 12 hours to resolve it.
Wow.
Everyone's do their best to resolve it. This is the key. Trying to do something.
Well, Mark, thank you again. That's great feedback, and I'm crafting a note, and I will copy. Just throw your email address in the chat, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then I'm trying this this cross-site scripting attack on the Juice Shop. Let's see if I'm sharing my computer sound. So let's see if this works. We got to solve the CAPTCHA. So 10 plus 10 should be 20 if I can add correctly. 16 plus 10 is 26. Sorry, I guess I didn't do too well in math, did I? Okay, let's try that. And then we got to rate it. Okay, 4 stars. All right, thank you, Mark. Mark's keeping an eye on our live updates for WAF signatures and Mickey Woods' math. Okay. All right, well, that did not work.
And this one is 28
and 6, 34.
Plus 6 or multiplied by 6?
Times 6. Oh my gosh.
Times 6, yes. You need a calc.
Yeah, holy cow.
What you can do is like 6 times 30 minus 6 times 2.
Yeah.
180 minus 168.
All right, go ahead, Mark. You got it. What's the result?
168, I believe.
168?
Yes.
Still not doing it. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to do the SQL injection here, or I should say the cross-site scripting injection or attack, and it's not cooperating for me. Let's try it.
We'll use the
All right. So 36 times, so let's see, 36 times 4.
144.
Okay, let's try it. It's not working.
Two minus
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It's not the
minus
caption.
9.
Something. Yeah, it's something's. Let me go back and read this. So yeah, see, even the instructor is having issues with the lab. So I'll try to fix my own problem. All right, let's go back here. Let's go back to customer feedback. Yeah, let's refresh here. And
$45.
28. Yep. 49 plus 4 is 53, right?
Yes.
All right. I don't think it's the captcha. I think my script isn't working. I don't hear any sound. All right, let's not share computer sound.
Can you click on the me want it at the bottom?
I didn't yet.
Okay. Props. Just prevent you.
I think you have to go back in afterwards to the about for the sound to play. It didn't start
All right.
automatically.
Oh, hold on. I thought it would. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
it took
it's
a
all.
while and it started.
Hey, there you go. Hang on. All right.
When you wanna shop online, then you had better be sure the experience is safe and also secure. Don't wanna let no SQLi or cross-site scripting ruin your day. No, you wanna break into a joyous song and say, choose shop.
Okay. I can't talk and read instructions at the same time, so, but thank you, whoever chimed in. That's right. You know, the old saying, right? If all else fails, read the directions. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, again, it's actually a friend of mine in Calgary, Kyle McKay. He's an F5 SE. He was one of the authors of this lab. He's a really good guy, sharp. And he and a couple of friends of mine put this together for agility. And it's, you know, it's nice when you can have fun things. I mean, I know it's fairly basic and kind of, maybe it's kind of simple, but it's just, it's fun to, you know, use a cross-site scripting attack, and you get this kind of bizarre, kind of irritating song playing. So that's just a good example of that. Okay. Okay, let's do a SQL injection now. Let's see if I can read the directions this time. All right. Okay, let's do this and put that injection attack in there. Okay, so we're going to use one of these hashtags. You can do up to 20. Let's let us open a new tab. Hang on, let me just do it this way better. Copy. All right, let me just open this up here. Whoop. Okay, let's do that. Crack station, and then I tried this top one should work. Control C, I think. I'm not a robot. Okay. And there you go, right? So for this particular hash, it resolves to admin123 as a password. So that's example of a SQL injection. Actually, 3 or 4 years ago, we had a slide in one of our WAF PowerPoints that was really cool. This gentleman, or I don't know who it was, could have been a lady. They actually taped a SQL injection code sticker on their bumper of their car. So every time they went through a toll, the instructions told the database to drop. So, you know, hackers get very, very creative with trying to do some bad things with SQL injection. Again, that's what this product defends against is cross-site scripting and SQL injection. You know, there's 10 in the OWASP PEP 10. We're just going to give you an example of a couple of them today. So, okay. Let's also go back to here, and we're going to try to download encryption keys. Let's try that. Okay, and encryption key or keys. Okay, look at that, right? So I'm going to click on this premium key, and if you can see my screen, look at it, it's going to download the key. That's not good. Okay, so again, this is just some examples of this website, the Juice Shop, not protected with a WAF security policy, so that's not good. And getting an understanding of, we've got to leverage some security policies to protect against that. Okay, all right. So Lab 2, Module 2, that'll take a while. Let's see. How long did that take me? Well, let's just kind of go through it. Okay, let's go back. And we really don't need that anymore. Okay, you got the gist of that. And it looks like we've got, I know Mohammed dropped off the Zoom call, but that's great. We've got a bunch of folks doing labs. Let me just take a quick picture of that. I do get a report, but I just like to hang on to it here. Stop. Okay. All right. All right, where was I? Okay, let's go to next step. Okay, we're already logged into the big IP, right? Hey, if you're going to walk away and do some other work, folks, just a quick tip. Go to System, go to Preferences, okay, and then, oh, already done for me. Sometimes the default value, idle logout time is 1200 seconds, so I was going to say add a 0, but my friends at F5 kind of took care of that for you. Lots of zeros. It'll take you till next week before it logs off, so you're all set there. Okay. All right.
The other thing I'm doing is also to increase the record per screen, and also on the ASM, you need to go in the option under ASM to increase the number of records.
Okay. Hey, and again, to Mark's point, you're not going to break, folks. Anyone on the call doing labs, you're not going to break anything, I promise you. So this is your chance to do whatever you want, right? You may go off on another, you know, as Mark is explaining, you may want to go off and do other things. That's cool. This is about you guys, not us at F5. We want to make it a good use of your time. So please, you know, have some fun with it.
And do you know me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
With 14, I know with 14, but I don't know if it's the newest release. When we are using the parent policy with ASM, I know on 14 it's not possible when you're going to the event logs to accept request, to say, okay, I accept this request to learn that request. With parent policy, it's not possible.
In transparent, you're in transparent or blocking?
In blocking. But when you're going to, okay, you're learning, it's almost done, it's done, and you're going to the event logs, and when using parent policy, the accept button is gray out.
Huh.
And
is that another bug, or?
No, it's as per design, as per my understanding. Because last time the customer report me that, and I look on the website, and I found out somewhere that it's a design intent, but I don't know. It's just a limitation on 14. Is it been improved on 15, 16? I don't know. It's usually on -1 or 2
yeah.
once with features.
Yeah, no, it's probably a question for the product manager. They said they intended that. I know, if I remember correctly, somewhere in the interface where you've actually have to either block it to change it, or vice versa. I can't remember, but you know, it's funny. You should. Seems like you have a lot of engagements with customers that are using this product, and that we probably should find the local F5 field SE. You should have some kind of regular cadence with that person, even if it's just you know, once a month. Hey, how you doing? Or just the ability to bounce ideas off of each other. I'm gonna follow up and make sure that you at least know who your local team is, because that's important.
Okay, what I can do is, I don't know if it's the right person, but Mathieu Tifo.
Oh, he's awesome. He's my friend. Matt's awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
He's here for. I can reach him, Mathieu. It's new for me that I just got the info this week.
Okay.
The challenge that I have, it's across Canada. It's depending the region. We need to address the case to one of them and find out who can help me.
Yeah. So there's two. So there's three. Matt Tifo is focused on Scalar/CDW, and I want to say either Insight or Soft Choice. Those are his MAP2 partners. And then two other partner account managers. There's Todd McKiernan. He's based in Connecticut. He handles the eastern provinces of Canada. And then the lady that joined us earlier, Caitlin Barstad, she handles, British Columbia, Alberta, etc., the western provinces. So that's your channel team. I cover Canada as a channel SE, and Patrick does as well. So it's Todd and Caitlin, and then Patrick and I. So that's your channel F5 Canadian team. But we also need to get you, if you're having an issue with a specific, like if you had an issue in Calgary with what we're talking about, I would want you to be talking with Kyle McKay. Kyle's awesome. Kyle's great. He's very, very sharp guy. And
already called Bew in the west side.
Say again.
Already called Bew.
Oh, Adu in the west.
I think in the west it's called Bew. It's BU.
His
first name is BU.
Oh yeah, Booley.
Booley, yes, thank you.
Yes, he's outstanding too.
Yeah, very outstanding.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Mark, I just want to make sure you have access to the right team. It sounds like you're doing everything right. You're having some issues. You're opening up support tickets. Certainly having a cadence with the F5 field team would they have probably more interaction with the product team. I mean, they need to hear that feedback. If there's something that you don't think makes sense, doesn't have a lot of common sense to it, then they need to answer those questions for you. You know, why can't we do it this way? Because it's, your voice does matter, and that's how we make our products better, by listening to you.
Yeah, and also I works with one of the major telco in Canada. It's another folks that assist them.
Okay.
This is my hard part when I need assistance. I need to pick up the right one.
Yep. Well, we're here to help connect you with the right team, so keep that in mind. I was going to say my Calgary story. Patrick and I did a joint training last year, and I decided that I would turn it into a long weekend, and my wife joined me in Calgary, and we visited Banff National Park, and it was so beautiful. And for anyone on the call, if you haven't visited Banff National Park, it's about an hour west of Calgary in Alberta, the Canadian Rockies. It is absolutely a must-do trip. Just beautiful.
Mickey, I'm sorry to interrupt you here.
Sure.
This is Fernando. I'm jumping back and forth from meetings.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the lab, but I don't see that I have it on my course sessions on my UDF.
All right, let's get there. And it was, what's your first name?
My name is Fernando.
Fernando. Okay, I do not see. Let me go into manage external users. And let's see if I see you in the Fernando.
Yeah, Fernando, go ahead and put it in the chat. We'll
describe
it.
Yeah,
that's okay. I can just, what's your email address, and I'll just add you.
It is fernando.diaz, D-I-A-Z.
D.
I-A-Z.
Yeah.
At optiv.com.
At Optiv?
Correct.
Okay, you can see my screen. I think I got it.
Yep.
Right? Okay, Fernando Diaz.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I just added you. If it doesn't hit your inbox, check your spam or junk folder. So
now I see it on the course sessions on UDF.
Okay, good.
Let me launch it here very quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Well, it's an international audience. That's great. I don't know any French. Orlando's fluent in Spanish. Orlando hasn't taught me Spanish yet.
I do speak French as well.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I only speak one language. Sorry, folks.
No way.
If you speak two languages, you're bilingual. If you speak one, you're American.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, Orlando, you've never taught me any Spanish.
Yeah.
We've worked together for years, man.
I haven't taught you Portuguese either.
Some of us were not.
Spanish, Spanish, yeah.
A little bit of Spanish,
Italian.
yeah, a little bit of Italian. But some of us were not smart enough to listen to people in school or your parents when they said you should learn 2 languages.
I know. Marron.
Marron. But that Babbel thing actually works, to be honest.
Yeah.
Babbel does work. That's how I picked up the Spanish.
Yeah.
But I don't use it every day. And the girlfriend's Italian, and she don't speak any Italian at all.
All right, let's get to the GUI. Here we go. All right, let me keep going here. Guided configuration. Again, this is just I just love our tool set. It's thinking about it. I'm going to go in and create a security policy.
You probably knows John Baribeau, Mickey?
Say again?
You probably knows John Baribeau.
John Barrymore.
Jack Baribeau.
Yeah, we know Jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack.
It's he's from Calgary. He lives in Calgary. And but back to your story in Banff. Spurs for his wedding. He told me that he got the trip from British Columbia to in the Rocky Mountain, and he said it's one of his beautiful times in his life.
Yeah, it's just, we have something in the East on a very smaller scale. It's Lake Placid, New York. It's just one mountain off in the distance, and Lake Placid is a great little community for food and shopping. But Banff is
Banff is nice.
10 times that, and you're right. You're surrounded by the Canadian Rockies. It's just really beautiful. That was a great trip. It was cold, but it was, we beat the crowds. We got to see Lake Louise. We did a little hiking. That was great. They have all kinds of waterfalls there. people were extremely friendly. The town of Banff is, again, anyone on the call, I highly recommend that you go.
Yeah, we had an F5 conference there once that I went to.
Really?
Really, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a good place for the next agility.
Yeah, you should.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
And maybe we could coordinate it with Stampede
Oh yeah.
in Calgary.
Yes,
Oh,
the Stampede,
goodness.
yeah.
No one would make it back healthy or alive, maybe, with Stampede and agility. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Patrick's been to a couple of those.
Yeah.
I want to see you on the car.
All right, where was I? Okay, so now let's go to the next button here.
Oh, I never tried the guided configuration for the for WAF.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to make it easier for people to deploy these. I mean, back in the traditional WAF, you had the template, right? When you go rapid deployment policy. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, template is not anymore available. I think it's but I use another's screen to create the my policy.
Yeah, some of it's still there, but I know F5 we're moving to like this new format called FAST. So they're going to be replacing some of the IAPS and the IAPS LX.
Okay, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, save and next.
Yeah, it's very easy. I agree. It's Orlando. I agree with you. It's very easy. It's,
pretty cool.
Well, Orlando, I don't know if you know that, but Mark, that just spoke. He's, I think he's based in, is it Montreal, Mark?
Yeah, Montreal. Yes.
Yeah, he has some real life customer scenarios with a AWAF bug that he's working on. So, I'm gonna make sure he's mapped to his. He knows the channel team now, which is great. It's a great result of having a call like this. But make sure he's connected into his F5 field team wherever he's having issues. So.
And Mark, you know Pete Scheffler from Toronto?
Yes, yeah. I do. And Robin and
good.
Yeah, those are all really good guys.
Now, Mickey, Stacy's what? She became a territory account manager now?
Yeah, Stacy left the channel, and she's still based in Toronto. Her and Francais. Oh my goodness. What's the other person's name?
Matt.
No, Matt. We were talking about Matt.
Where's Matt? He's also in Toronto too, or?
Yeah, Matt's in Toronto. Well, actually, I think he's more toward Mississauga, but he's close to Toronto.
Sylvain Coulon.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, okay. What is the name?
Sylvain Coulon.
No, it's Matt Tufo.
Shame on me.
Sylvain Coulon is from Toronto. That's why.
Okay.
Even though a French name, is located in Toronto, if I remember well. I think probably I know almost everyone.
Yeah. No, a good guy that, talking about French in this lab, the video that Mickey Woods, Matthew, Derek, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's from Paris too. He's one of our best. He's really one of our best engineers on the.
Matthew Derek.
Yeah, Matthew Derek.
Oh, he's an architect in France. He's got some video.
And in fact, he puts videos out on YouTube for F5 and French too.
And Nginx App Protect. He's got some great videos out there. He put that workshop together, so he's outstanding.
I remember like
Matt
Azure AD integration. or
Yeah.
Office 365. He had a French. I was calling it. So figured it out. It was pretty good. No, he's a really good guy.
All right. Did I deploy yet? I think I did deploy. Hold on.
Configuration errors.
That's not good. Hang on.
Local host 8100.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, this is what I observed over the time with guided configuration. When it's not working well, it's very bad. It's
Yeah, that's true. I've seen one where we had to like one went bad that we had to
Have
undeploy.
you already tried to delete the something that you've created with a guided configuration?
Yeah.
And it's good luck to remove the created instance after that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah,
It's and what is not clear too, it's when you upgraded the guided configuration itself, you have like a green checkbox cycles, and some of them it's like a red cross, I would say, something like that. Like,
yeah.
And you don't know if it's as expected or not.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
Do you have the latest release or it's?
Actually,
Oh, this-
16 something just got released this week. 16.101 or something.
Oh, for the guided configuration, it's you have the.
Oh, for that, yeah. Let's see if we have anything new.
No, I don't know why I'm having an issue here.
And the funny thing with guided configuration, sometimes you have like you take a clusters, it will work with one of the members, not the other. If you want feedback, it's funny. It's but I play essentially with APM stuff, and
Okay.
this is what I observe. It's sometimes it works. Okay, if you try the same thing on the other members, it won't work. It doesn't work. That
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like I had one once I did like a Exchange hybrid mode, Office 365. I used the guided configuration. It was like that time was version 15.0, and then I had to it didn't work very well with, and then we had to like go and use the old template, and that worked better. That, you know, the old template. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, you know, as a partner, we can always, you know, if you have an issue, you can always escalate to their product development team too, and see if they can help us. We have some people we know there too.
Currently deploy. Perhaps this doesn't work well when it's not the default HTTPS port. I don't know. It's just.
No, I just went through this yesterday. It should be fine.
Okay.
Everything worked. I'm doing something wrong. It's tough. It's tough to talk and do, but maybe I goofed up. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not hopeful. It's taken a long time. Something's not right. Something with my virtual server, maybe. Trust FX disabled.
It seems perhaps the script is it's stuck. I don't know. It's
yeah, so that's not right. Maybe I missed a step.
It should be very quick at that point.
Yeah, it's on deploy. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. Let's go back.
Yeah, try with the others members. It's perhaps it will works. Just
yeah, let's see.
view detail to see error details.
I've run through this a couple of times. I haven't seen processor's not available. I wonder if there's something with my VM.
Yeah, it's, yeah. Last time I got this kind of errors, it's I tried on the I did the same thing on the standby, and after that, just sync the config.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, let's go back to, let's edit this.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if they're running this on UDF or they're running it through the AWS backend.
No, it should.
I don't know if you save draft and you go to the standby and just retrieve the draft. It's
It should work. Generic blocking, do shop. Let's cancel. Discard changes. All right, let's try something else. Hang on. Let's let's delete that. Okay. And let's refresh this. And guide configuration. Okay. Okay. Next. Let's try this. Blocking generic. It's in English. What is it for French?
what do you mean? Oh, application language is the web application is UTF.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just curious. Okay. All right, let's go. Blocking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get these server platform names over. Let's try that again. Angular, Express, Angular, control. Okay.
To answer well your question, it's in Europe, you have the ISO 8859.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but
script.
99% of the time it's like UTF-8.
Okay. MongoDB. And Node.js. What else we got? And SQLite. Okay. All right. No, we don't have to collect. We're not going to look at that. Save and next. Assign to virtual servers. Use existing. This is the JuiceShop BS. Okay. Disable. This is the thing that's not interesting. All right, let's try it again. I gave it a new name.
Deploying configuration.
Anybody else having an issue with creating the security policy besides your teacher? How about you, Orlando? Did you try it or no?
Yeah, it worked okay for myself.
All right, cool. Maybe I got to bounce my server or something. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes servers get confused. That's okay. Well, if this doesn't work, I'll restart my server. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's taking too long. Let's go to my local traffic, virtual servers. Let's look at my JuiceShop virtual server. Standard address port. Looks like it's up and running. HTTP profile is good. Source automap probably is good. Okay. Numbers. Okay.
We won't look at it. It's we won't look at the pool. It's just a references to the servers. It's
Yeah, it's not working. Okay, let's get rid of that. Continue, students, please continue to work while I try to figure out what's going on with my server. And let's go to here. And oh, that's not what I want. What do I want? Don't need that. Where did it go here? There we go.
I think the issues related to the process on your
yeah. Oh, I just gotta find my UDF.
Or if you try on the standby, you can say, "Oh, okay, it works."
Yeah.
Just moving to another members could resolve the issue.
All right, let's get rid of that. Let's put this over here. Let's get this over here. Oh, here we go. All right, I got confused. All right, too many windows open. Okay, let's go to mine. Let's do this. Oh, Christmas.
I will drop off, Mickey, but yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mark. No, it's nice chatting with you, and I'm going to send a note off to your team. I'll include everyone. Good luck with your support ticket, and thank you for your very valuable feedback.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, here we go. All right. Let's go to my deployment, M Woods, and let's do web shell. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do here. All right. Let's stop it. All right, so it's almost to the top of the hour. Let's I'm stopping and I'm restarting my big IP server. That's probably going to take several minutes. So let's pause here. Continue working on labs. If you've got any issues, throw them in chat. Let's take a quick 10-minute bio break, and then I'll be right back. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. I am back. Oh, yikes. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Glad you could stop in, okay? Okay. Took a little while for my server to boot up. All right, let's try this again. Orlando, you still on?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, well, I kind of took the shortcut way out. Let's see if this fixes anything. All right, let's try this again. Blocking, show advanced settings. That looks better. All right, let's pull my server platforms over. On the script, jQuery. Okay. Go database. Node.js. SQLite. Okay. There should be 7 of them. Okay. And we don't want that. Save it next. Sign, use existing. Okay. Okay. Oh, see, now the trust forwarding headers are disabled. Before there was a dash. I mean, that's the only thing I could notice. I have no idea why that would cause an issue. Let's see if if I have any success now. Well, I liked it better that time. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's been deployed, although that screen pops a little weird. All right. Okay, so there's my security policy we just created. All right. I'm sure most folks are probably way past where I'm at, but I'll keep going. Okay. So I think we're on target there. All right. Okay. All right, let's open up the dashboard, OWASP compliance, and click. Okay. We've got 0 out of 10. That's not so good. Okay, but that's where we're going through these exercises. Okay.
Hey, could you please don't open the window anymore? We saw more rats today.
Sorry, say again, please. Okay, maybe that wasn't meant for me.
Yeah, I think it wasn't for us.
Okay. All right, let's go back. We've saved that. Oh, it's thinking about it still. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go back to our compliance. Check on our security policy. Okay, so we're at a 2 out of 10, which is better than 0 out of 10, but you can see all the categories, and we obviously has some other security protections that we can leverage in all these categories to get this number higher. Okay, and that's where we're at.
Good. You're getting it, tuning it little by little.
Yeah. Anybody again, feel free. Don't wait for. I'm just going through for the sake of a recording. But if anyone wants to, just go through the end, absolutely. Maybe some of you are done already. I think it's a pretty straightforward. So. Here, this is this fun. I don't know if you folks have seen this, but that's a fun video. It's just
pretty cool.
I was telling everyone up front, when our guys do stuff like that, I know it's pretty simple, and it just, I don't know, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
We should have a little fun at work if we're gonna be buried in bits and bytes, Okay, all right. All right, let me continue on here. All right, and that was a link in part of the lab instructions, so that was cool. Okay. All righty then, let's see what we got here. Let's thinking about that. Let's go to security. There we go. Do shop. Okay. And
Okay, so I got a question.
sure, Frank.
So I went through it. I kind of don't know what I did wrong, but I got 7 out of 10 on the OWASP, which was fine.
Okay.
But I'm not getting a SQL injection block.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Who, what, where, when, and why? How we do that? Oh,
You see at the bottom?
on which app? On Zoom?
On Zoom, yep.
On Zoom. Okay, that's why I'm asking.
Yep.
There you go.
All right,
Okay.
what part of the you done with all the lab or no?
Yeah. Wait, am I sharing the right? Which screen you guys
Yeah,
see?
we got it.
Yeah,
we see it. You're good.
Okay.
We're good.
So the SQL injection is checked, but when you go, you get the encrypted directory, which you should not get.
You're still able to download the keys? Like if you click on that, premium key, not that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I is an engineer.
That's okay. Go back. Just hit the back arrow on the browser. Get you back where the juice shop was. Okay. One more time. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So, but your question is 7 out of 10. You should at the end, but if you go through all of the exercises, you should be at 10 out of 10. I would just go back and check your steps.
Yeah, I started to do that.
Yeah.
It's what you call it?
Just click on SQL injection to expand it. Oh, expand SQL. Oh, you probably don't have stuff checked, and I haven't gotten that far because I've had issues with my own. I had to restart my server and.
Well, I've got so it's the misconfigurations, which is where I'm missing, but I got checkboxes.
And then application and system hardening. Hover over, and click. See the gray circle? That's ghosting. Click on the ghosting. There you go.
That's the ghosting.
Yeah, ghosting is Ghostbuster. So you need checks and ghosting.
Okay, that's a little confusing in the instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I've got check.
You got to get the checks back. Get your checks back, and then I know that application and system hardening. You don't have we're just gonna not.
When I put the checks back, I just get the checks. I don't get both.
That's okay.
Actually,
you just want the checks on those categories, and then you want the ghosting on the application and security one. It's just go back and go through and read it, and you'll see it there. You just didn't know where the ghosting was.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and it doesn't say where the ghosting is. It says just check it.
Yeah.
So If I go back in the instruction, yeah, because I went back. I is an engineer.
Yeah, and just get to that step and just go through again. Now you know where you hover your mouse. It's either going to be a check or a ghosting or ghost.
Well, that circle thing that's an ignore. Is that
Yes.
ghosting?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to just go back and step through your instructions. I'm not there yet for A7. Maybe you need another.
A7's good. It's A9, A6.
Okay, there you go.
Now we're up to 75. Okay. A2. All right. Very good. I'll keep playing with it.
All right, good.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Where was I? Okay. Where am I at? Okay. Okay, I did this. Do that. Did this. Okay, now it's at 91. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this particular section for A1, again, I'm way behind, but you can either check it or you can ignore it. Check or ignore. And this is the ghosting symbol. Okay, all right, maybe that's not clear in the instructions, but maybe we can get that changed. Okay. All right, let's go back to here. Application security, learning and blocking settings. Gosh darn it. Okay. And this is, yeah, so they're just showing you that you can either check it in the compliance dashboard or you can do it this way. So let's go back because I'm doing it a different way just for the sake of demonstration. So let's go back to here. OWASP compliance. Let's might as well play around a little bit, right? And let's go back to A1 and let's take off. Let's not do that. Okay. All right. And then review and update. Save and apply. So we'll just take it off. Okay. Now let's go back and do it a more conventional way. Learning and blocking settings. If I can manage my mouse, that'll be a good thing. And evasion techniques. I think they're just telling you that there's more than one way to do stuff, right? So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to save it. You always want to save and then apply. Okay. And apply. Okay. And then just get in the habit of knowing that there's lots of different ways to do stuff. And this is a time to kind of play around with that. See, now we got 100%. Okay. All right. Okay, create. It's taking me a long time. Okay. URL field is going to be HTML name. Okay. Okay, leaving defaults on the brute force protection. Okay. Okay. Do shop. Oh. Mhm. Okay. Okay. All righty, let's go to E3. DataGuard. Remember, DataGuard, folks, is really important. DataGuard is part of our base product. DataGuard can prevent outbound number formats that are security risks, specifically credit card numbering schemes and social security numbering schemes. So DataGuard prevents that. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right, let me show you that. Let me show you that in the policy building here. Security Data Guard, where are you? There we go, Data Guard. Okay, right, so you can play around with your Data Guard and enforce certain type of numeric patterns. That wouldn't be such a good idea to allow through your big IP. So it's pretty cool, pretty comprehensive, okay? All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go to A6. Okay, and what do we got here? There's our policy. We're doing A4 yet or no? A2. Okay, we're going to skip a few of these other sections. We're going to go right to A6. Okay. And what do we got here? We got check mark, and okay, what else we got? And again, to Frank Corda's point, maybe this isn't, it says, click the no Ghostbuster symbol here if the condition is not met. Probably we should have some kind of symbol on the instructions, but I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. Okay. I could do that too. There we go. Do an update. Dave. All right. All right, what do we got here? We got A8, C7, 8, 9. We're not doing 7. Oh, what's 7? Cross-site scripting. Disallow meta characters. Okay. All right, let's take that off. We're going to do that later. Okay. All right, A8 looks good. Let's go to A9. Okay. And 10. Remote logging, we're going to ignore that because we're not offloading our data to third-party platform of logging like Splunk. So we'll do that. All right. Okay.
right, guys, I'm out.
Okay, Frank, thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
Nice
was
job.
awesome.
Yep.
Easy.
Thanks.
All right, let's see what we did here. Okay. Now we'll take care of XML, external entities. What do we got here? Okay. Okay, so let's go. We can see that we're going to work on this particular threat for OWASP top 10. So XML type attack. So let's go back to security content profiles, right? Okay, security. There we go. And then XML profiles. Okay. Click on the default. Okay. Okay, XML. All right, we're here on this tab. These are the different tabs. Oh, go back. Okay. I screwed up. Hang on. There we go. Let's go back here. Remember your breadcrumbs, folks. Okay. Helps you to get back where you were, default. Okay. Let's see here. I'm at here. Okay, we're in advanced. Allow DDT's checkbox. Clear that. Okay. I had to write it down. DDT, document type definition, XML related term. Document type definition. Again, I had to look it up, but we're going to clear that field, and then we're going to update. Let me go back again because I missed the step. Okay, we cleared that. Oh, content, sorry. Where am I at here? Let's see. Okay, we're back. This is your best friend for our WAF tools, folks, learning and blocking settings. And here's content. And we are going to add alarm and block next to XML. Alarm block. Okay. Right. So it should look something like that. They don't have a screen pop for it. Oh, they do. Save and apply. Okay, it's thinking about it. Okay, let's go back to our overview. How do we do? A4, let's check on that. 8 out of 10, A4 looks good. 100%, okay. Okay, let's expand A5. You guys are getting the sense that you're lots of flexibility with these different categories. Again, real world scenarios, you'll have to dive a little deeper into the details and you know, finding out, you know, when, you know, what and when remediations you should leverage. For this particular security policy, remember, this is just a security policy. It can be used on many different virtual servers that are publishing web applications, or you could have customized security policies. There's a lot you can do. Again, that's the benefit of F5 Big IP is all your traffic, and not only are we proxying the connection to give your customers fast access to application services, but we can now introduce all these really cool security tools and you know, keep your information in transit safe. That's good. Okay. Okay, A5, what am I doing here? All right, 75%. Okay, we've got to block the disallowed file types, which is important too. I mean, .txt for text, .pdf might be a good file extensions to accept, but if it's a .bat or a .exe, batch files and executable files, that's probably not such a good idea. So this particular platform gives the ability to defend against those specific file types. So that's pretty neat. Okay, let's go back to policy building. Okay, our learning and blocking settings, right? Oh, file types, sorry. File types, yikes. There we go. Disallowed file types, there we go. Again, it's just getting used to the interface, but boy, it's just, I think it's really easy to navigate. These are all the different file types you could disallow. Okay, just want to show you that. Okay, you don't have to make any changes, but again, this is what I was just talking about. Okay, all right, let's go back to here. Here we go. I don't know, my mouse is too sensitive today, folks. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe I'm not shaking. See, I'm pretty steady here. So,
yeah, right. I have one that was interfering here. Yeah.
You okay, Orlando, or no?
Yeah. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Yeah, I was just saying I had a similar issue with my mouse and it was interfering with the Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Randy had to drop. Yeah. Yeah, we really appreciate everyone joining. They're busy, and it's great you can carve out some time to come and hang out with us. We appreciate it, believe me. Okay.
Do they do the SC All-Stars?
Go ahead and talk through it for our remaining guests, if you would, please.
So, partners that are on the phone, we're running a program at F5 called SC All-Stars. Basically, is a program where what we do is with the partner SCs or solutions architects, we set up like a training, like a mentoring program where we connect you with a local F5 SC, and then we go over some of the scenarios, use cases for some of our products. So what we do is we teach you how to do some sales plays and how to demo some of the products, right? And then as a result of that, if you just go ahead and attend the sales meeting with one of your F5 local SCs with one of your customers, just by attending the meeting, you get a $200 Tango gift card. And these Tango gift cards, you can use them to convert them into, they have a catalog of stuff where you could buy, or you can convert them into a Visa gift card. I remember before we did a similar program, the Canadian SCs couldn't get like the Amazon gift card. So this makes it flexible for you to convert into whatever you want. But you get $200 for just attending a demo. And if you guys talk about OWAF or SSL or Nginx, and then you get another $200 if you actually do a demo for a customer. And then if you guys host a workshop, for example, using the same lab we did today, the same workshop, you'll participate as a panelist. for your customers, we'll give you another $250 spiff. So it's a good opportunity, not only to make the money, but it gives you the opportunity to learn how to deliver some of the F5 products, how to talk about them for pre-sales engineering calls. And if you guys are interested, let us know. We'll send you that information. And Mickey and I have been working with a lot of the partners here in North America on this program. And it's been very effective. I mean, we had one partner where we did a couple workshops, and as we did this workshop, we actually generated like 2 sales leads there. So let us know if you're interested. We'll send a link at the end of when Mickey sends out the recording, so you guys can have a copy of it.
Okay.
All right.
Again, there's a couple of different ways to do this. We can place a check mark, right? Or we can go into our learning and blocking settings page. I'm just kind of following through the instructions here. Yep. We have to disallow meta characters in the parameters section. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do that. Application security, parameters, and what else? Parameter value. Okay, parameter list. That's a type. That's kind of a typo. You don't have to do anything here. Okay. They just, again, it's an exercise of showing you there's lots of different ways to do things. Okay. Okay. Security parameter sets, character sets, parameter value. I'm just navigating here. Okay. And then, so this shows you all the different characters you can turn off. That's pretty flexible, right? So these are just the all the characters that you can turn off. So that's neat. Again, here's your breadcrumb security, application security. Remember how you navigate to there. Okay. All right. Let's go to application security, policy building, learning and blocking settings, and I think about it. Parameters. Here we go. And what are we doing here? We're going to do meta characters, illegal meta characters and parameter. So alarm and block, and illegal meta character and value. I don't think I can speak or type today. Yikes. Okay. All right. And then let's save. Save and apply, right? Okay, that's good. Let's go back to our overview and check on our security policy. And wow, look at that. A7, we just changed that, right? We got 100%. Okay. So that was the meat part of the lab. Module 3, we're getting toward the top of the hour. I'm gonna turn off the Zoom in about 10 minutes. I'll keep working, and some of you folks can keep working. Again, we've got this is going to run for a while. Oh, how did I get all these other tabs open? Okay. This lab session, folks, will end in 5 hours. We're looking at 9 o'clock Eastern, around 9 o'clock Eastern time. So, and again, something I wanted to show you is that if you want to start all over again, you don't have to restart your server. All you have to do is just delete the security policy, right? If you go to security policies, I mean, for those of you that really are bored in the evening, probably not many of you, but if you want, you could just delete that, right? You could delete it and just kind of go through it again. It's up to you. But again, it'll run till 9. And these workshops are always available, right? Orlando and I and Patrick If you'd like to do this again, if you'd like, there's other kinds of really cool workshops we can do. We can do a formal teach like this, or we could just spin you up an environment and let it run for 12 hours, and you check in and you go through the exercises when you have time to do so. Well, Andrew, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, and again, you know, key thing is, you know, want to do a similar workshop for your customers. So if you guys are interested, let us know. You can set that up too with a PAM team. So.
Anybody have any questions? We've got Guy, Jeff, Vafa, and Fernando. Okay.
I'm fine, Mickey. Thanks. I'm almost done the lab, so I will be probably sign up just right after, in about 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
And thank you again. This was very useful to me.
I'm glad. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
I look forward to the slides and the link to the video.
You got it. I'll get it out to you folks. I promise. I made a note. I'll give the slide deck copy, a recording link, and then I'm gonna share our SE All-Stars brochure with you.
Yeah.
Orlando, did you? Our friends in Canada, are they? I know the program's eligible for them in Canada, right?
Yeah, it should be. Let me double check.
It is. It is. I know that there was a problem with one of our gift cards.
Yeah, I think before we used to give Amex cards and they couldn't get Amex.
Now the Tango gift card, right? And
yeah,
that should not be an issue.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue now.
Yeah. Yeah, bring business to F5, and for every opportunity, you can earn up to $650 US if you're interested.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. This is Jeff Grasmick, and thanks for showing us all this. It's good, useful information.
Yeah,
and
Jeff.
I'm gonna sign off here.
Okay.
Shortly as well.
Yeah. No, thank you. Good luck out there. Okay.
You betcha. You too.
Thanks, brother. Let's see. So did that.
Yeah, I'm also going to drop off at the top of the hour. I got another call.
Okay, buddy. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
No problem. It's good. And I guess this is one that we definitely want to be down to the central region.
Yeah.
I like. Yes. Yeah. I'll get a copy of the recording. We'll team up.
Yeah. You got it.
All right. Take it easy.
See you, Orlando. Thank you. Okay. There's again, lab 3 is just, it gives you the ability to, you can try to hack the juice out now. You're going to redo a couple of attacks and you'll see that they're prevented. And then you're also going to have the ability to get an ID, an error ID, and the name is escaping me, but you're going to be able to triage between your support ID and the error that you get when the threat is blocked, and you can actually look that up in the event log on Big IP and kind of see what's going on. So there'll be an attack, you'll get a support ID, you'll take that number and you'll be able to triage and understand exactly what happened, helps you troubleshoot some of those issues. Okay, so again, I really like this lab. You know, we can redo it. We can do it again. You know, for me personally, I need to do something like this a few times, right? You really get some reps like being on a practice field. Then you're playing the game and you're good to go. You feel comfortable with what's going on. So it's just about the top of the hour. Again, all of you, thank you so much. Please reach out to us at F5 if you need anything. I'm going to end our Zoom meeting. Have a great day, and I hope to be speaking with all of you again very soon. Thank you.